Welcome back, everybody, to our 30-day journey through Habakkuk. Um, these past 3 weeks have gone by so fast, and we are in week 4 already. We are on day 23, serving others in faith. And our verse today is from Matthew 25:40. Whatever you do for one of the least of my brothers and sisters of mine, you do for me. Again, I'm going to keep repeating it. Faith is not about just believing in God, it's about so many things. And today we're talking about it reflecting his love to others. One of the most powerful ways that we can demonstrate our faith is through serving those in need. Jesus makes it clear in Matthew 5:25-40 that when we care for the hungry, the sick, the lonely, and the poor, we are serving him directly. This means that very act of kindness, feeding the hungry, hurting, comforting the hurting, and encouraging the discouraged is an act of faith. And service is an act of worship. Service is not just an obligation. Um, it is this form of worship and obedience. When we serve others, we reflect God's heart and his love. We become his hands and his feet carrying our mission here on earth. Just as Jesus came to serve, we are called to follow his example. Um, and it talks about Jesus coming to serve in Mark 10:45. Um, in our story of Habakkuk, we saw that he longed for justice in the world, questioning why evil seemed to go unpunished. And I'm sure that each of us have struggled with that at some point. But God reassured him that he sees and cares for the suffering. While he's ultimately in control, he calls his people to be part of his work, to bring justice, mercy, and love to the broken world. This is why serving others is an expression of faith. It is a way to actively participate in God's work, bringing hope to those in need. Serving doesn't mean that we have to share in these great, big, grand gestures, right? Sometimes, we think that serving God means that we have to do something big, but going on mission trips, starting ministries, or making financial contributions or sacrifices, while those might be valuable, those serving can also help in small everyday ways. So, how can we help in these small ways? Well, we can encourage somebody who's struggling. A kind word can uplift, even the weariest of people. Pray for a friend in need. Prayer is one of those most powerful ways that we can serve. Offer our time, our resources, or presence to someone who might be feeling alone. Help, meet a need somewhere, buy groceries for a struggling family, cook a meal for somebody, or donate clothes. I mean, that's a simple thing. Um, Listen with compassion. Sometimes people just need somebody to hear them. Again, faith is active and seeks out those that are in need. Just look around you. Who in your life is hurting, discouraged, or struggling? Maybe you have a friend going through a hard time, or a coworker who feels overwhelmed. Um, Maybe a neighbor who's lonely, a struggling single parent, someone who also may be struggling financially, or in need of emotional support. God places people in our path for a reason. Our acts of service and kindness may be the very thing that helps someone experience God's love. And I talked on Sunday in our Sunday school class about there's that song, and don't ask me all the words and don't ask me to sing it, but it talks about us being the only Bible or the only Jesus somebody will ever see. And so we're called to live out our faith, right? And so here, think about starting small. Serving doesn't need to be complicated. Simply look for opportunities to show kindness. Pray for God to open your eyes to those needs that are around you and be intentional about it. Set aside time to actually, serve someone in need. Serve with joy. God loves a cheerful giver, not just of money, but of time and of love. Remember that service is about people. It's not about performance. So it's not about being noticed. It's about showing God's love. Think about who in your life needs encouragement, love, or support today, and how can you serve them as an expression of your faith? And are there ways God is calling you to step out and help someone in need? Um, you know, we can serve others. When we serve others, we are serving Christ. So when we're serving um, those people, it's not about us and what we're going to get in return, but it's about what they're going to get out of it, and hopefully that is a relationship with the Lord. Every small act of kindness is an opportunity to reflect God's love. And we don't have to change the whole world, but we can change someone's world through love and service. So, our prayer today is that the Lord help us to see opportunities to serve others. Let our faith be evident in our love and our care for those around us. Open our eyes to those who need encouragement, support, or just a word of kindness. And give us the courage to act and teach us to serve with humility, joy, and love. Let today be the day where you are intentionally serving someone as an expression of your faith. Thank you for joining me, and we will be back tomorrow for day 24.